What's up, witches? It's Luna here to invite you on an adventure. I've had many adventures with this deck. It's the deck of character. I will link the website down below where this is available. My latest adventure with this deck was shooting just a fabulous unboxing of it with my microphone off. And it has taken me a couple of months to recover sufficiently from that trauma to do it again. So here we go. Let me make myself a little smaller. The deck of character, this is only available at thedeckofcharacter.com. And when I first was informed of this deck was through Denise on Spiritual Growth Tarot. And she was using it, and it just blew my mind, and it was not available anywhere. The only place you could order it from was England at the time. So I couldn't do it, and I wanted it so badly that I went on my second adventure with this deck, and that was making my own. So that's how bad I wanted it. But let's look at the deck, and then we'll do a little comparison. This, I have to say from the outset, is one of my most prized decks now. I can tell you out of the 300 and some that I have, this immediately went on to my top 10 list. So we have a little tuck box. Zoom. Zoomy zoom. Zoomy a little bit more. Okay. And we can get the 3 types, I think, here. At any rate. Such a play baby. Okay, the deck of character. On top here it says rock on. The upgraded first edition deck includes 111 oracle cards and 3 direction cards, which is just instruction, is a better word. Created by Hannah, aka Mama of the DOC, 2021, HOH Media, all rights reserved, blah, blah, blah. So, yes, wonderful Hannah. You're amazing. On this side, it says 1+ players, ages 13+. Check out our web features, including tutorials, formations, card meanings, and more at thedeckofcharacter.com. On the bottom, it says, you are incredible. And on the back, welcome. The DOC is a modern oracle. A tool of self. Do I edit this part out? Only you will know. The deck of character, the DOC, is a modern oracle, a tool of self-reflection celebrated worldwide. Our philosophy is simple. Share your truth, grow your life, check to make sure your microphone's unmuted. All right, to play, all one must do is ask a question about life, shuffle and pull cards at random, then freely interpret the answer. Done. It is so fun to play that it feels like a card game, but there are technically no rules or winners. The DOC is simply about connecting with and expressing yourself. Play alone or with friends new and old. Play at parties, bars, meals, dates, and meetings, but most importantly, play. The DOC has a magic of sparking memorable times and joy. Now, the best part of this deck is that it is a modern tool. And so we have the 111 cards here. There are the 3 direction cards, which are worth reading entirely. Oh, they have 2 sides. All right. Welcome. The deck of character is a modern oracle, a tool of self-reflection. There technically are no rules. All one must do is ask a question about life, then pull cards at random, flip them over, and freely interpret the answer. You can play alone or with friends. The DOC is a beautiful way to hold space for those you love, including yourself. Our philosophy is simple. Share your truth, grow your life, and joy. So we've got just a shortened version of what was on the back. How to play. 1. Ask the DOC a question about life. 2. Shuffle the cards face down in any way that feels right to you, with the deck stacked or separated into its 3 categories: characters, tools, and places, then select cards. And asterisk here, The classic way to play the DOC is to separate the deck into its categories and select one card from each category. 3. Reflect on what you see in your cards. If playing in a group, it is best if the person who asked the question speaks what they see first, then other players can add their thoughts. 4. Pass the deck around, keep playing. Card meanings. The DOC cards are designed to be disarmingly fun and accessible. Follow your instincts and trust your voice, and they are exactly what they say they are. You will grow confident with time as you connect with yourself, gather data, and weave the poetry in the cards alongside your everyday experiences. Plus, it is okay to not know the answer. Take a pick to look at later. You may be walking down the street when it all suddenly makes sense. Great rounds of the DOC often have many layers of meaning that deepen with time. Our unique truth sets us free. Visit our website for suggested card meanings. Building formations. Every round of the DOC is unique in that you get to build your own map. A classic row is one character, one tool, in one place. Build a row into a bigger grid by asking multiple questions and pulling a set of cards for each. You can build crosses, arches, anything. You can also pre-assign meanings to spots in a formation. For example, spot X is the past, spot Y is the future. More ideas to try. Pull backup cards for clarity. Yes, clarifiers is what we call them. Return the cards after every round or create a discard pile. Freestyle based on your cards. Pull extra tools for the repairman or 2 places for airplane to see where you're coming from and headed. Fabulous things. The art of the question. It's best if you ask the DOC questions that are open-ended, heartfelt, and genuinely reflective of what you want to know about life. Clear your mind and see what you need. Ideas to try. General, what do I need to know now? The best blanket question ever. Existential, who am I or where am I? Future, what's in store this year? Lovely, how can I help others? Impersonal, what's important in life? SOS, why universe? Any guidance? Simple, what's up? Thematic, career, love, prosperity, health, and home, or even no words at all. And then we have mission and intention. The DOC wishes to unite the world by teaching everyone that your insights matter. Let's reflect, laugh, hold space for one another, and share our wisdom freely. You know what's up. Rock on. Sincerely, Hannah, the mama of the DOC. And that's it for instructions. Here is where I will introduce a document. If you go to the deckofcharacter.com, you will find a section for meanings, and these are meanings. Hold on, I'm going there right now. Oh, crap. See, I can't talk, I can't spell. Alrighty. There is the page you want to go to. Okay, the freshest oracle around is cards. Just click on cards, and it will have 3 categories there of character, places, and tools. And then you will see a list of meanings for each card that users have suggested. This isn't written by the author. This is people using the deck and offering suggestions. So you get a great range of things. What I did was copy paste into a Word document and then print as a booklet, so I do have a reference for whenever my mind goes blank. That doesn't really happen a lot. And the thing I love the most about this deck is it's not based in esoterica or, mystery traditions or anything like the Waite-Smith deck or any of the other Tarot lineages are based in, even the Lenormand traditions. It's not, why do I feel crooked? Boy. It's not like that. It's very solidly grounded in modern day life and imagery. And so it's very, very easy to rely on your own intuition. I'm going to separate these into their categories. They talk about character first, and then tool, and then place. And my second adventure with this deck, or actually my first adventure with this deck, was when I saw it used. It's like I must have this deck right away. Found out I could only order it from England, and it was really expensive there. In the meantime, I'm like, I got to get my hands on this. I need to use this tool now. And so I made my own. I have a box of blank cards that I bought from Amazon ages ago, and I grabbed them. And the other truly delightful thing about this deck is that the images are done in what may be called a naive style, which means they're crazy, they're wacky, they're doodly, and easy to replicate, if not copy. So let's turn it over and take a look. Here's Angsty Teen, and I'm just going to show you a few of the ones that I did so you can get an idea of how I kind of struggled to replicate these things. Some of them I had to do a couple of times, but I'll tell you, it was a really great exercise for me too in not being perfect. And that's good enough. That's good because the style is so loose and so crazy and, on the fly graffiti-ish, I guess, that it was just very easy to go, hey, close enough. I get what it's showing and move on. So you see, the first character we have here is Angsty Teen. And there's my version. And then on the back, as you saw, they have the category written. Here's Baby Angel. I had to try a couple times with Baby Angel, and he still looks seriously challenged. All right. Then we have Demon. Mine looks a little more in pain than this one. And I think I'm going to stop showing you mine now. But just to show, even if you're not an artist, you can certainly put together something that's usable. All right. Demon. Devotee. Dragon. And while I'm doing these, please think about, okay, what would that mean to me? Because it doesn't come with a book and no set meanings, it is just wide open. And so you can immediately personalize this deck to your own experience and your own understanding. It's just wide open. Dragon. Drunken Sailor. Elves. Explorer. We're going to go pretty quick because there's 111 cards. Fairy. Farmer. Ghost. I will tell you, if you try to make one of these yourself, and what I did was I went on a flip through video and just paused it and did each card, that this might look like, oh, those are just scribbly drawings. Anybody can do that. But let me tell you, it takes an artist to draw something badly and have it look like this. It really does. So this is an art style. There's the Grim Reaper. That one was really hard for some reason. Anyway, Knight. Love Goddess. They have very prominent nipples. I love it. Majestic Whale. Master. Mother. Neggin' Man. Poet. Repairman. The Self. Thief. Unicorn. Watchdog. I think that's supposed to be his butt. Weirdo. Wild Woman. And Wizard. All right. Next category we have, and you can see, just comparison, how many of each thing. This is characters, this is tools, this one is places. So we've got the most tools of any category, and the least in characters. Okay, here we have Band-Aid. Blood. And the tools category, I mean, tools and places, characters are very clearly characters. This is an interesting one because you think, how is blood a tool? But that's the category they put it in. Don't think too hard about it. Just go with it. Sorry, crumbs. Breath. Broken Heart. Bulldozer. Camouflage. Candle. cauldron, claw, compass, crystal, dancing shoes, door, dust, egg, fire, flower, fuel, gift. You know, you could think that maybe things would be a better category for this, but I do like tools because it gives you an idea that this is a useful thing. You know, everything's useful. Gift, glasses, gold coins, guitar, gun, guts. That was a hard one to draw too. Key, knife, lasso, leap, lounge chair. So, you know, right away as I'm going through here, and it's like, you know, as tools, key, what do I need to do? I need to open up a door. Knife, what I need to make a cut. I need to sever something. I need to carve something out. Lasso, I need to pull something in. I need to round it up. Leap, you know, I mean, it's sometimes like leap, this looks like an action, but taking a leap is a tool. It's a thing to get you from one place to another. Okay, lounge chair, love potion, magnet. So magnet as opposed to lasso. Lasso is about grabbing, you know, pulling something in, catching something. Magnet is about attracting. Mirror, poop, sold. I was sold when I saw that card. Punch, rock, ruler, shield. I really wish they had paper and scissors in here too, truthfully. Shield. I might have to add those to mine. So, okay, another great thing about making your own copy. And, of course, I made my own copy. It works spectacularly well. As soon as I found this available on the Deck of Character site, I just kept going back and checking and checking. And as soon as it became available, I bought my own copy. I seem to remember it was less than $30 with shipping. So well worth spending the money. And, you know, because I made a copy of it, I just want to make sure the artist gets the money. So, so I'm still using the one I made, but now I have two, and neither one of my kids has to go with that. All right, shield, smoke, spatula, sprout, stereo, tears, tongue, treadmill, vomit, war, and wings. And now places. Airplane. And you know, you could argue that maybe an airplane is also a tool. It's a vehicle, certainly, but it's a place. They put it in the category of places. Who am I to argue? Bed, cave, circus. So you can think of places as sort of your context. Instead of your, you know, something for you to use, it's your context. Airplane would say, where are you? I am in a place of traveling. I'm on the move. I'm, you know, up in the air about something. So you can see how framing that differently does make a difference. Circus, club. So we had dancing shoes as a tool. Kind of like, you know, put on your dancing shoes, put on an attitude to go and have some fun. Club would be the place you go to have that fun. Desert. Dumpster. Forest. I've actually seen one of Denise's readings literally depict a dumpster fire when she was reading about Trump. Hilarious. All right, forest. Gold mine. Graveyard. Heaven. Hole. Home. Hot springs. House under construction. Inferno. Island. Jail cell. Maze. Meadow. Moon. Mountains. Ocean. Open road. plateau, rainbow, resurrection. Yeah, I mean, to think about resurrection as a place. It's just, where are you now? I am, I have come back from the dead. I am resurrecting myself. I have a fresh new start, in this place. So that the categories, you have to kind of broaden just the idea of the category in your mind. And when you're doing readings, I'm not sure how often you would need to bring up, oh, this is a tool, or this is a place, depending on how you're looking at it. I think in the context of a reading, you go with the flow of whatever narrative is presenting itself. Maybe if you're confused, it would help to look at, oh, this is a place, so it describes where I am rather than what I'm using or what I can use. River, sunken ship, swamp, the universe, the world, tornado, tunnel, and as my son said when he looked at that, that's a bussy. Waterfall, womb, and wrestling ring. So there are the categories, and I think I'm going to keep one deck in categories and one deck I'm going to shuffle together. I think I will shuffle this deck together. Is that what I want to do? Because now we get to swing right into a test drive and reading. And this deck, hold on, got a couple things going on here. I need to light my charcoal, dump my alarm, and come back. Alrighty, so let's zoom out, and we have a lot of time to read because there's no book to review, just 3 little cards to read. So, this deck right away just unburdens you from any idea of, I have a lot of learning to do in order to read. People that have used oracles before but not tarot can sometimes feel overwhelmed if I just don't know tarot, and it just seems like this huge esoteric, overwhelming system to learn. Not so with this. So very practical. All right. I don't know that... First things first, Luna. Let's cleanse this deck by air and fire. May you be purified and charged. Smoke up the box there. And by water and earth. May you be blessed and made whole. And then let's give it a ringy-dingy to cleanse it with the element of spirit. And get these two. And then allies and ancestors, guides and guardians, thank you, thank you, thank you for waiting so patiently for me to come to you, and thank you for being here every day. Please, as you have done with my handmade copy, infuse this deck with the wonderful spirit of divination that comes with it to begin with. Now, let's give it a shuffle. Oh, hell yes. 111 cards. Did you see how easy that shuffled? Oh my God. Let's do another. Just because I am so damn thrilled to be able to shuffle a deck this thick that easily. Every frickin' deck needs to work this easily. I'm going to do one more just because I'm enjoying myself. And they say no. See what happened there? The cards themselves said, nope, you're done. All right. Now let's do... I have found, because these cards have a Lenormand style feel to them, which means that the meanings of them is very fluid. The meaning is fluid. Okay, grammar police. please go away right now. The meaning is very fluid of each card. So you want to really look at things contextually. And so I read them in a Lenormand style spread, usually 2 rows of 5 or 2 rows of 7. It's good to do, if you're doing rows like that, to do an odd number so there are central cards. And again, I watched Denise on Spiritual Growth Tarot, and she is the one that has really helped me get a bit of a grip on Kipper and Lenormand style readings, and this deck is right up there with them. So what I want to ask about is, just for us as a collective, as human beings on this planet at this time, shooting this in April of 2022, and I'm going to try and read it in a really step back, big picture, spiritual way, unless, of course, very specifics really show themselves. And I'm going to do a spread and pull. We're going to do 2 rows of 5. Look at how beautifully that happened. No complaints. 0 complaints about this deck. All right, 10 cards. Got to get my feet on the floor. Please show me where we are at this moment in this time as a human race on this planet and the things that we need to do. Top row is going to be more where we are, bottom row where we need to go. But then we get fluid after that. 1. You, it's you I want. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You notice I'm not looking down. 9, because I don't want to bias myself as far as what category of cards I'm picking. So, I don't want to stop myself if I'm grabbing all tools. That's the way it goes. And just interestingly, let's see. Tools, places, tools, characters, tools, characters, tools, characters. So we've got a couple places. Of course, you're probably going to end up with more tools because that's the biggest category, right? Let's see where we go. Demon, candle, wild woman. So she's in the middle. Egg, knife. Wizard, glasses, club, wrestling ring, and shield. Okay, so the question I framed was, where are we in the present? And I didn't really say where do we need to go, but let's just see how it plays out. So I'm looking at the central cards first, and I'm seeing a wild woman in a club. So where are we right now? We're freewheeling. We are just all out there. We're acting out. We're doing our dance. We're like, I want to do what I want to do. And we are in this setting. Of course, the club setting is, I guess, is the world. But the club setting here would be a specific place that we go to have fun, to dance, to release, to, strut our stuff. And we've got the wild woman. All right. Interesting, too, looking at the wild woman, I'm seeing a goddess there, of course. Of course I do. And it talks about being able to be who we are, to be wild, to not be, under anybody's thumb, to be expressing ourselves in our own wildness as our animal self. So that also says, where are we now as a human race? We are remembering that we are also animals, that we are within this earth system equally with all the other animals. And so the club, okay, there isn't a card for playground, but I just heard the word playground loud and clear when I looked at club. So where are we right now? We are being uninhibited, wild people in a playground. That's how we're really looking at the planet, as a place for us to have fun, to get what we want, to express ourselves. and a place that's for us to use. Okay, the earth is my playground, which kind of means I don't care what happens to it, or, all right, anyway, now let's look at the four corners. We have demon, wizard, knife, and shield. Look at this. Oh, wow. All right, more information coming through. Wild Woman is talking about the ego. Look at me. See, I am who I am. It's just how I am. Nothing I can do about it. And I just kind of lost it. Oh, crap. All right. That thought flew right out of my head. Wild Woman in the club. All right. Anyway, demon, wizard, knife, and shield. That was it. So we need to go like beyond the ego and just all about me. I mean, you look at the hand up in the air, it can be like me, me, me. And we need to start caring about the club, the context where we're having our fun. And, so shift our awareness just from ego to the planet, the context that we want to be ourselves in. Okay, that was it. So demon and wizard. Demon, of course, is all the demons that we deal with, all of our toxic crap, the stuff that causes us problems, the people that cause us problems, the traits that we have, because this is a character. So here's where it is helpful to know what that category is. We've got people that are bad actors and that are behaving as demons and like predators. And alternatively, there's a wizard here. We have so much wisdom. We have the ability to see things in such a broad sense. We have the ability to look at things scientifically, and we're gaining understanding by leaps and bounds in the science department. We have the ability to look at things through spiritual eyes and see, is this what my belief system, is my behavior what my belief system says I should be doing, And wizard just says we need to, we're dealing with these demons and the toxicity and people acting out of trauma and stuff, but we also have the ability to be very wise and understanding and compassionate and magical. We have power to transform things. And over here we have knife and shield. So we're going through some painful times. We're, being, trying to find the symbolic language here. We're getting stabbed in the back. Things are sharp. Things are painful. We're dissecting, looking at dissecting things, cutting them apart, dividing. Oh, divisive. We've been using tools to divide, but we have shield. Now we can also protect. We can divide and oppose, or we can protect. Awesome. Now let's just read across the top line and then we'll do knights. So we have this toxic behavior that's coming to light. So you can string these together as a sentence like you do with Lenormand and Kipper. The demon, we're shining a light on toxic behaviors, on things that are embedded in our culture that are evil and toxic and don't get us anywhere. We are now allowing ourselves to be who we really are. She's naked here. And she looks kind of wild and free and very uninhibited. So, and that's true of us right now, just what we've been through over the last 6 years. It's like there are no more filters or inhibitions. People are saying what they need to say out loud. And, there's even a kind of meme and people saying, saying the quiet part out loud. We've been saying the quiet part out loud for a while now. Egg says we're in the infancy stages, but there's a new beginning here, but it's not manifest yet. It's still forming. That's it. It's still in its formative stage. And then Knife comes. So again, we've got this in its formative stage, and then it's time to divide, to shape, to carve, to cut, to separate, to sever. All right. And then down here we've got wizard and glasses. So the wizard, the wise part of us, the scientists and everything, we need to be looking through that lens. Looking through the lens of wisdom, we need to sharpen our vision. Look at glasses coming underneath candle. Says that things are coming into the light and we can see them now. We can sharpen our vision. We talked about Wild Woman and Club. We can sharpen our vision about our context and how we are using the planet, how we are seeing the planet as this just playground where we can use up all the resources and it's just for us having fun. Then we've got a wrestling ring. Okay. Egg and wrestling ring. That there's just a new, we're just now beginning this battle. We've got a lot to wrestle with. It's not going to be like a clear track forward. There's a lot of figuring out to do, and a lot of opposition. You know, a wrestling ring requires opponents kind of grappling with each other. So this can also just say we have to grapple with sort of where we are now in this formative period. We've lost a lot. That's not really showing up here. But, you know, we have, and we've lost a lot of illusions, and before something can be really fully formed in order to be born, there's a lot for us to wrestle with. There's a lot for us to grapple with. Even the club showing two people and a wrestling ring says that there are disagreements about how we use our resources, how we view this earth. Oh, that's a big one. You know, coming out of the Judeo-Christian mindset, Abrahamic religion's mindset, which really says, you know, manifest destiny. The earth is here for us to use. It is our playground. That's kind of what the Christian church as a unit teaches about the earth, is it's there for us to use. God gave all of this for us to just use it up. Because one day we're all going to be bodily lifted off of this planet. And those people we're in a wrestling match between those people and the ones that say, no, we are stewards of the earth. We are part of the earth. What we do to the earth, we do to ourselves. So there's a wrestling match about how we view this club that we all belong to. And as we wrestle with that, it's like we need to start shielding the earth rather than just cutting it apart. And oh my, am I also seeing things about political issues, about the issue of reproductive rights for women. Yeah, all right, I'm not going to go there. Let's look at how the cards knight. So the knighting process comes into Lenormand and Kipper. And it's a wonderful thing to do here, particularly when we have 2 lines of 5, because we have these triangles, right? So knighting is like in chess. The knight moves 2 squares and 1 over. So 2 squares in any direction and then 1 perpendicular to that. So like with Wild Woman, she knights over to Wizard and Shield. So, all right, so the Wild Woman, the woman who would like to be free, the woman who would like to have total agency over her own body. I mean, it's there. I can't avoid it. Knights over to the wizard, the scientists, the wise people. I'm looking at wizard as like the good guys, you know, not the hero, but the ones who see things clearly. Wizard in glasses, the ones who are seeing things clearly and can help to shield. So the Wild Woman, women, in order to have full agency and full expression, need to be supported by, wizard. Look, he's got a beard. He's definitely male. Need to be supported by the male It's not just a women's issue, and need to be shielded from toxicity. So there's a message there. Then we have club, we've got demon and knife over here. So this club attitude that this is a playground is toxic. These are the, the evangelical Christians, the born agains, the radicalized, let's say radicalized Christians, who really are not true Christians. They're not walking the talk, right? Those who believe in blonde Jesus. So that this idea of it being a club is toxic, and it separates us. And it also leads to, look at knives, the cutting down. I don't think there's a chainsaw in this deck. No, there isn't a chainsaw, but there might be. And, this is why I'm also glad I have a whole box full of these kind of cards, because I'm going to start adding to the deck of character that I made for myself. You can see, oh, looky, there's Wizard, that they are different sizes. So I can't add to this deck, and I'm totally fine with that. I can add to the one that I made. And if there isn't a chainsaw, a knife can also be a scalpel. It can talk about surgery. It can be a carving tool. It can be a harvesting tool. There isn't like a scythe or anything like that. But it can also be a delicate tool. You use a knife when you prepare food to nourish people, but a chainsaw would be, going at things brutally, mowing stuff down, just aggressive, a more aggressive stance of this. But since there isn't a chainsaw, we can look at the knife and how this attitude about the earth being our playground can lead to the clear cutting of the forest, cutting things down, cutting the earth open. Cutting open the body of the goddess to mine her riches. Wow. Okay, let's look at the other knights. Candle and wrestling ring. So we need to shine a light on the issues that we are actually wrestling with. We can look at this straightforward, that enlightenment is something we wrestle with. Bringing the light, candle can just represent the light in general, that we wrestle with that. And we do, when we have big, deep changes going on, transformational changes going on, as we do right now, the lessons can be painful. The steps toward enlightenment are, it's like we're being pushed from behind because of these horrendous things that we're witnessing and experiencing. It's pushing us toward enlightenment, and we're wrestling with that. I just want things to be the way they were. I just want to go back to my comfort place. I just want to go back to the club and be wild and free and let things, let her rip. But this says we need to wrestle with the concept of enlightenment, that we need to bring our own light to bear, specifically on the battles that we are engaging in. And then egg and glasses are a knight. Egg and glasses. I guess really kind of looking closely. Glasses can say looking closely. Looking closely at what we want to form, on the very beginnings of what we want to form. So one part of it is looking closely at the events that are happening and thinking about how these things will unfold down the road. It can also be just looking closely at how to begin, how we begin these things, how we begin to form a new way to go. Wow. But interesting, the knife and the shield at the end here, demon and wizard, knife and shield. We can say that the demon is the one that wields the knife. That demon, the demon can represent the thinking errors and the illusions of mind that bring us pain, like we're all separate from each other, like it's us and them, like we all don't want the same things as human beings. Those are the dividing thoughts. The wizard is the one looking at it from the long view and the high perspective of, the consequences of our actions, and looking at it with a spiritual context. And that is where the shield comes from. Our wisdom can shield us from this divisiveness. Boy, howdy. See? I love this deck. And I'm going to keep going with my copy, because I do want to do a reading where we have separate categories. All right. So I'm going to ask the same question about whipping. All right. Those three flew out. They might be in a row, but whatever. When the deck is emphatic, we go with it. So I think I'm going to do 3 characters, 3 tools, and 3 places. And promise not to laugh at my drawings, will you? I was laughing at my drawings. There were several, like the circus tent. I think I might have taken 4 tries at that. And it really does confront you with the fact of, that left to right brain shift when you're doing arty stuff, when you're doing visual stuff. And, your left brain is saying, circus tent, I know what that looks like. But your right brain has to really look at the angles and relationships between them to actually draw the thing. Okay. So, tool, tool, tool. And we might do like past, present, future. We'll see how it plays out, since I didn't put it that way to the deck while I was shuffling. Oop. I just dropped that one. That wasn't a fly out. Okay, let's give a couple shuffles this way. And then I'll do 3 off the top. I did not actually do a spread and pull with this, but it's okay. It's okay. Nothing more to say. It's okay. Place, place, place. All right. Now, we have to get them lined up. You know me. Organized is as organized does. All right. First, character, thief. Tool, treadmill. And place, open road. Oof, this is going to stretch my brain. All right. Let's just do them all. So the thief is the one who's... There's egg again, you guys. There's certainly something being formed. Certainly something in its formative stage right now. Thief, treadmill, open road, farmer, egg, meadow. Look at that. Ghost, tongue, swamp. All right. Thief on a treadmill. On the it's okay. So the thief is how much time we lose just grinding over the same old stuff. Grinding over the same old stuff. We're on a treadmill and not the open road. The thief is the thief of time, because we are spending time and energy and we think we're getting somewhere, but we're not. We're just going over the same old crap again and again. So I'm looking at the treadmill is the thief here, and the antidote can be like the open road. We need to get off the treadmill and onto the open road. We need to have an adventure. So what this is telling me is we need to let go of our same old thinking. That in order to really move forward, we are going to have to drop what we think we know, and there's that wizard. Drop what we think we know and really just look at the open road of what possibilities can lie before us. So that's where we're at. or the past, whatever. Let's just look at each category and it'll tell us what the, sometimes you do the reading and then that tells you what the format and the categories are. Okay. Farmer, egg, meadow. Nurturing. So we have the thief up here, just somebody trying to get away with something, steal something, take advantage of something. But the thief is, this is from Tibetan Buddhism, they call it the thief of wrong ideas, where we think that we're not as good as, or we think that we're separate. It's just, wrong-headed thinking. And that keeps us on this treadmill rather than on the open road. So we become the nurturer then. The farmer says we are the custodian, we are the nurturer, we are the grower and the planter of seeds, and the egg quite literally is that seed. So we need to nurture what is trying to be formed here and grow it into this beautiful flowering meadow. That is so clear. And then here's the three on the bottom: ghost, tongue, swamp. Oh my God. All right, so ghost, something invisible, the remnants of what has died, something coming back to haunt us. All right, what haunts us? Tongue, words, things we say, things we taste, big fuck you, sticking your tongue out. Sticking your tongue out. What else is tongue? Okay. And then swamp. Look at the meadow going to a swamp. Okay, so I think this is words coming back to haunt us and creating a mess. Really creating a mess. We've got the thief, someone taking advantage, and so we nurture. We become caretakers, but then something comes back to haunt us. We get off the treadmill and we start something anew and start talking about it. All right, I'm going to go to the book to see what other suggestions people have had about tongue. Yes, speak your truth, taste, intimate connection. So if you're talking about relationship stuff or even sexual relationship, that would have a whole different connotation. Strength. Tongue says strength. French kiss life. So I love the diversity of these suggestions here. Communicate, engage your senses. That's good. Get in tune. Very core self-expression. Strength. Tongue is the strongest muscle in the body. I didn't know that. Primal. True to you. Vulnerability. Connection led by intuition. Penetrate life. Discernment. I think it can also talk about, yes, where it says engage your senses, about sensual enjoyment, the taste. How does the situation taste? Is it sweet? Is it sour? Is it bitter? In this case, ghost and tongue being haunted by bitterness of the swamp. I mean, this has taken me straight to political stuff and the old drain the swamp things, where, that administration brought the swamp. Open road, meadow, swamp. I want more on this. Okay, I'm going to take one more of each. I'm going to cut, because I feel like we were kind of just same old. We were in this same old grind of just our time and our energies being stolen on the treadmill, and we busted out to the open road and said, okay, now I want to be out into nature. I want to be gardening. Pandemic, folks, I want to be gardening, and this has started something new that is forming. And it's this idea of connection with nature, stopping and smelling the roses. But in the future, we are going to be haunted by the bitterness of the reality of this swamp we're in. Things are getting confused and more confusing, more mucky and murky. So, okay, that one flew out. Character. Watchdog. So I'm looking for kind of the advice now. Watchdog, we have to be vigilant. Now is a time where And that one came out. Ooh. And place. Okay, what's the advice here? What's the advice? Okay, there we go. Oh. Okay, look at this. Watchdog, claw, and maze. So yes, we need to be absolutely vigilant, and this one flipped itself over. So we'll take that one too. Watchdog. We need to be vigilant about what's going on. We need to guard the planet. We need to guard our values and our democracies and our freedoms. And then claw in the middle. It's not going to be, we can't be tender about this. We can't be sweet and conciliatory and no, it's okay. It's going to take us clawing our way through the maze, because it is a maze. Look, maze and swamp here. You know, we think we're on the open road, but no, and on this beautiful meadow, but we're heading straight for the swamp. And it says that rather than being a swamp where we get sucked under, we can look at it as a maze where we can just lose our way. And maybe when we do, we can like claw our way out of this maze. So it's saying that it's going to take vigilance. It's going to take a certain amount of assertiveness, if not aggression. And we're really going to have our claws out, because the problem is vast. Ocean. Vast and deep. Holy moly. Okay, one other thing I want to do with this particular spread, and you may know I've done 9-card spreads, actually 10 cards where I do a 3x3 and then take one card at the end, because I like the way you can read the different lines. So, thief to the farmer to the ghost, treadmill to the egg to the tongue, out of the same old to something new beginning, to what does it taste like? Is this any good? Or, you know, how does it feel? How does it taste? What do we need to say? Open road. Oh, yes, we're just freeing on the open road. Okay, well, now we're more contained, but we're in a meadow, still a beautiful place, but we're heading for a swamp. So let's look at the diagonals. Thief, egg, swamp. So we can look at what is trying to steal our what we're trying to begin. You know, the rebirth that we're working on. Something that's gestating. This thief is going to take away from that and head us to the swamp. That doesn't speak to me very clearly. Ghost, egg, open road, haunted by beginnings. Yeah, those diagonals don't really read for me here, so I'm going to leave them alone. At any rate, what do you guys think? What do you think of that? Isn't that just like the most freaking incredible deck ever? Please go and support this wonderful, wonderful artist. What a marvelous tool. And what a great contribution. I think anybody, no matter what you read, whether you read, and see, I'm going to do this 2 ways here. I'm going to keep one deck separate into its categories and the other one mixed, so that I don't have to sort cards if I want to do one or the other. Woo-hoo-hoo. Anyway, whether you are a newbie and just trying out oracle cards with a daily pull, or you read tarot and you're feeling overwhelmed, or you've been a tarot reader for many, many, many years, I think this deck is a tool that is you can use the second it hits your hand. And I think it can make you into a better reader. One way or another, it can make you into a better reader, because you can read these cards on all levels. It really does put the center of the reading in here. You know, you realize that the reading is coming out of your head, not necessarily out of the tool, out of the cards, but it really will give you an opportunity to practice and exercise your brain in that intuitive way. You know, like I said, when I laid those cards out, it's like, ooh, this is going to stretch my brain. When it does that and you're having a hard time grasping, you can really go to the literal. You know, there's a thief and I'm on a treadmill and I'd rather be on the open road. I just want, you can bring it down to a really basic, mundane, practical, tangible, familiar level that other decks might not do. So this is an incredible tool. Thank you so much, Hannah. I might see if I can find her. I don't know if she's got a YouTube channel. If she does, I'm going to put this review. I'm going to post this review to her because I'm so grateful for this tool. Forever, eternally grateful for this tool. And besides everything else, it's a hell of a lot of fun. So, highly recommended. Go grab a copy. Let's play. Thank you for hanging out with me. Hit the like button if you like this video. Subscribe if you haven't. Hit the bell so you know when I drop new content. And if you want a reading from me, I don't do private readings anymore, but I will read for you if you buy me a deck. So there's a link below to my Amazon wish list. Please grab me a deck and then I will read for you. All right, you guys, thanks so much for hanging out. I will see you the next time. Until then, this is Luna. Blessed be.